Assembly and rigging. Question: the auxiliary, tail, rotor of a helicopter permits the pilot to compensate for and/or accomplish which of the following? Answer: torque and directional control. Question: the vertical flight of a helicopter is controlled by? Answer: collective pitch changes. Question: a reduction in anti-torque thrust will cause the? Answer: tail to pivot in the direction of torque rotation around the main rotor axis. Question: in rotorcraft external loading, the ideal location of the cargo release is where the line of action passes. Answer: through the center of gravity at all times. Question: the acute angle formed by the chord line of a wing and the relative wind is known as the? Answer: angle of attack. Question: a helicopter in forward flight, cruise configuration, changes direction by? Answer: tilting the main rotor disc in the desired direction. Question: the purpose in checking main rotor blade tracking is to determine the? Answer: relative position of the blades during rotation. Question: in a hovering helicopter equipped with a tail rotor, directional control is maintained by? Answer: varying the pitch of the tail rotor blades. Question: if a single rotor helicopter is in forward horizontal flight, the angle of attack of the advancing blade is? Answer: less than the retreating blade. Question: main rotor blades that do not come by the same amount during rotation are said to be out of? Answer: track. Question: one purpose of the freewheeling unit required between the engine and the helicopter transmission is to? Answer: automatically disengage the rotor from the engine in case of an engine failure. Question: which statement is correct concerning torque effect on helicopters? Answer: torque direction is the opposite of rotor blade rotation. Question: what is the purpose of the freewheeling unit in a helicopter drive system? Answer: it disengages the engine from the main rotor when engine RPM is less than rotor RPM. Question: movement about the longitudinal axis, roll, in a helicopter is affected by movement of the? Answer: cyclic pitch control. Question: movement about the lateral axis, pitch, in a helicopter is affected by movement of the? Answer: cyclic pitch control. Question: wing dihedral, a rigging consideration on most airplanes of conventional design, contributes most to stability of the airplane about its? Answer: longitudinal axis. Question: other than the manufacturer maintenance manual, what other document could be used to determine the primary flight control surface deflection for an imported aircraft that is reassembled after shipment? Answer: aircraft type certificate data sheet. Question: if a pilot reports that an airplane flies left wing heavy, this condition may be corrected by? Answer: increasing the angle of incidence of the left wing, or decreasing the angle of incidence of the right wing, or both. Question: if the vertical fin of a single-engine, propeller-driven airplane is rigged properly, it will generally be parallel to? Answer: the vertical axis but not the longitudinal axis. Question: an airplane which has good longitudinal stability should have a minimum tendency to? Answer: pitch. Question: as the angle of attack of an airfoil increases, the center of pressure will? Answer: move toward the leading edge. Question: the angle of incidence is that acute angle formed by? Answer: a line parallel to the wing chord and a line parallel to the longitudinal axis of the aircraft. Question: an airplane's center of lift is usually located aft of its center of gravity. Answer: so that the airplane will have a nose-heavy tendency. Question: an airplane is controlled directionally about its vertical axis by the? Answer: rudder. Question: the elevators of a conventional airplane are used to provide rotation about the? Answer: lateral axis. Question: washing in the left wing of a monoplane, for purposes of rigging corrections after a flight test, will have what effect on the lift and drag of that wing? Answer: both drag and lift will increase due to increased angle of attack. Question: what type of flap system increases the wing area and changes the wing camber? Answer: Fowler flaps. Question: if the right wing of a monoplane is improperly rigged to a greater angle of incidence than designated in the manufacturer's specifications, it will cause the answer: airplane to be off balance both laterally and directionally. Question: the chord of a wing is measured from answer: leading edge to trailing edge. Question: when the lift of an airfoil increases, the drag will answer: also increase. Question: what physical factors are involved in the aspect ratio of airplane wings? Answer: span and chord. Question: improper rigging of the elevator trim tab system will affect the balance of the airplane about its answer: lateral axis. Question: an airplane that has a tendency to gradually increase a pitching moment that has been set into motion has answer: poor longitudinal stability. Question: the purpose of wing slats is to answer: reduce stalling speed. Question: the angle of incidence of an airplane at rest. Answer: does not change when in flight. Question: buffeting is the intermittent application of forces to a part of an airplane. It is caused by answer: an unsteady flow from turbulence. Question: movement of an airplane along its lateral axis, roll, is also movement. Answer: around or about the longitudinal axis controlled by the ailerons. Question: the primary purpose of stall strips is to answer: stall the inboard portion of the wings first. Question: rigging and alignment checks should not be undertaken in the open. However, if this cannot be avoided, the aircraft should be positioned with the answer: nose into the wind. Question: the correct dihedral angle can be determined by answer: using a dihedral board and bubble level along the front spar of each wing. Question: the dihedral angle of a wing may be measured by placing a straight edge and level protractor on the answer: front spar. Question: where would you find precise information to perform a symmetry alignment check for a particular aircraft? Answer: aircraft service or maintenance manual. Question: where is the buttock line or butt line of an aircraft? Answer: a width measurement left or right of and parallel to the vertical center line. Question: where is fuselage station number 137 located? Answer: 137 inches aft of the zero or fixed reference line. Question: proper wing twist in a sheet metal constructed wing can usually be checked by utilizing a answer: bubble level and special fixtures described by the manufacturer. Question: the vast majority of aircraft control cables are terminated with swaged terminals. That must be answer: checked with a go-no-go gauge before and after to show compliance with the manufacturer's requirements after the swaging operation. Question: what non-destructive checking method is normally used to ensure that the correct amount of swaging has taken place when installing swage-type terminals on aircraft control cable? Answer: use a terminal gauge to check the diameter of the swaged portion of the terminal. Question: when inspecting a control cable turnbuckle for proper installation, determine that answer: the safety wire ends are wrapped a minimum of 4 turns around the terminal end shanks. Question: if all instructions issued by the swaging tool manufacturer are followed when swaging a cable terminal, the resultant swaged terminal strength should be answer: the full rated strength of the cable. Question: which is an acceptable safety device for a castle nut when installed on secondary structures? Answer: cotter pin. Question: when installing a castle nut, start alignment with the cotter pin hole at the answer: minimum recommended torque plus friction drag torque. Question: when used in close proximity to magnetic compasses, cotter pins are made of what material? Answer: corrosion-resisting steel. Question: when a fiber or nylon insert type, self-locking nut can be threaded on a bolt or stud through the insert with only the fingers, it should be answer: rejected. Question: the purpose of the vertical fin is to provide answer: directional stability. Question: how are changes in direction of a control cable accomplished? Answer: pulleys. Question: what is the smallest size cable that may be used in aircraft primary control systems? Answer: 1/8 inch. Question: after repairing or recovering a rudder, the surface should be rebalanced. Answer: to manufacturer's specifications. Question: placing a piece of cloth around a stainless steel control cable and running it back and forth over the length of the cable is generally a satisfactory method of inspecting for. Answer: broken strands. Question: the cable-operated control system of an all-metal aircraft, not incorporating a temperature-compensating device, has been rigged to the correct tension in a heated hangar. If the aircraft is operated in very cold weather, the cable tension will. Answer: decrease when the aircraft structure and cables become cold. Question: very often, repairs to a control surface require static rebalancing of the control surface. Generally, flight control balance condition may be determined by. Answer: the behavior of the trailing edge when the surface is suspended from its hinge points. Question: excessive wear on both of the sides of a control cable pulley groove is evidence of. Answer: pulley misalignment. Question: fair leads should never deflect the alignment of a cable more than. Answer: 3 degrees. Question: where does the breakage of control cable wires occur most frequently? Answer: breakage usually occurs where cables pass over pulleys and through fair leads. Question: with which system is differential control associated? Answer: aileron. Question: which statement concerning the 100-hour inspection of an airplane equipped with a push-pull tube type control system is true? Answer: the threaded rod ends should be checked for the amount of thread engagement by means of the inspection hole provided. Question: if control cables are adjusted properly and the control surfaces tend to vibrate, the probable cause is. Answer: worn attachment fittings. Question: aircraft flight control trim systems must be designed and installed so that the. Answer: pilot can determine the relative position of the trim tab from the cockpit. Question: stability about the axis which runs parallel to the line of flight is referred to as. Answer: lateral stability. Question: the purpose of spring tabs or servo tabs is to. Answer: assist the pilot in moving the control surfaces. Question: if the control stick of an aircraft with properly rigged flight controls is moved rearward and to the left, the right aileron will move. Answer: down and the elevator will move up. Question: movement of the cockpit control toward the nose-down position during a ground operational check of the elevator trim tab system will cause the trailing edge of the trim tab to move in which direction? Answer: upward regardless of elevator position. Question: if the control stick of an aircraft with properly rigged flight controls is moved forward and to the right, the left aileron will move. Answer: down and the elevator will move down. Question: if the travel of an airplane's controls is correct but the cables are rigged exceptionally tight, what probable effect will this have when flying the airplane? Answer: the airplane will be heavy on the controls. Question: during inspection of the flight control system of an airplane equipped with differential type aileron control, side-to-side movement of the control stick will cause. Answer: each aileron to have a greater up travel from the streamlined position than down travel. Question: a universal propeller protractor used to measure the degrees of aileron travel should be zeroed. Answer: with the aileron in the neutral position. Question: the universal propeller protractor can be used to measure. Answer: degrees of flap travel. Question: refer to Figure 8. Identify the cable that is used in primary control systems and in other places where operation over pulleys is frequent. Answer: 3. Question: a tension regulator in the flight control cable system of a large all-metal aircraft is used primarily to. Answer: retain a set tension. Question: refer to Figure 9. When the outside air temperature is 80 degrees Fahrenheit, select the acceptable 3/16 cable tension range. Answer: 117 pounds minimum, 143 pounds maximum. Question: differential control on an aileron system means that. Answer: the up travel is more than the down travel. Question: why is it generally necessary to jack an aircraft indoors for weighing? Answer: so that air currents do not destabilize the scales. Question: which should be accomplished before jacking an aircraft? Answer: install critical stress panels or plates.